Welcome back.
How aren't you?
Girl, week has been weekend.
The bags under my eyes are speaking.
Yes, but welcome back to my kind of convo. I'm your girl, Chris.
I'm your girl, Kim.
And just excited to do another episode.
Yeah.
And just have a good conversation.
Back at it again.
Thank you for joining and being here with us. We appreciate it. Just spread the love, joy to anyone and everyone who's interested in just listening to two women or a couple people talk and just
have some lively conversations.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. So yeah, let's just jump in.
Let's jump into it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go first because I'm really, really like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy like this hasn't come up on your feed yet.
Oh, okay.
So this is like real current news.
Oh,
real current.
Okay.
So we all know gas prices.
Oh. Don't even talk to me.
We gonna talk about it.
I've been so frustrated that I've had to spend like $5.
$5 a gallon, and it keeps going up.
Yeah.
And to think just like a few months ago, things with our government, administration, we're gonna leave that alone. We don't speak real politics here.
No.
But
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna hit that bus soon. That's what I'm about to do, bro. I'm about to hit that bus. The way gas keep going up, I'm about to hit my legacies work. I just put it to the side, but my legacies work. I will start to hit that bus. But go ahead.
All right. So this has not just affected the regular person with a car, but it's affected a lot of other industries.
Of course.
One hit real bad, Spirit Airlines.
Oh. Let me explain to you. When that shut down,
No, did you hear? It shut down.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so if nobody else knows, Spirit's gone.
Yeah.
Like they said,
I can't even tell you that it showed up that just showed up on the news, bro.
Right.
That wasn't even like something I had to wait to scroll through. It's not something that popped up on my Google. That wasn't something that was just like, boop, No, right. This was something that actually popped up on the news, okay?
It popped up on
pretty much it was own special all day.
Let me explain something. Because of work, I don't get to watch the news all the time. So when this popped up on my feed, I said, wait a minute. I went and did a deep dive. Okay. Now I was like, come on. The worst part for me was people who had actual tickets.
Yeah.
Went to the airport and were told, yo, you stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no way of either getting home or to your location.
Yeah.
And we're going to think about giving you a refund in about 7 to 14 days.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to think about it.
We're going to think about it.
Yeah.
What you mean you're going to think
about
it?
Good luck. This just seems like literally just the track record of Spirit, okay? I don't feel like this... I don't feel like this was something that you could sit here and be like, it's not unexpected. Honestly, like, first off, I know you about to talk more about Spirit.
Go ahead.
But what I know and heard about Spirit, because I had to talk to my fiance about this too. 34 years Spirit has been around. I said, hold up. You mean it's been around shorter than I've been alive? I said, really?
Dang.
It's that old? I feel like Spirit was just...
And it just started.
Right. You know how we talk about the pigeons or the rats of the air? Spirit was the altar. Me, Spirit. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I never... The chaos that was... And this was even before social media was social media. Whenever people talked about Spirit, I said, no. This was like the rundown taxi of the air. This was like, if you really didn't have the money, you go on Spirit. This is and that's okay. I'm not going to say no, because it still gets you from point A to point B. But It's just how it's getting you from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're either getting issues with the pilots, your issues with the plane, issues with the stewards, issues with the people at the air in the airport at the
traffic control.
Not it was even not all of them, but I'm talking about Spirit Airlines crew.
Right.
And there's always some kind of fight. I was just like, is there a time where nobody is fighting in the air? Is there kids that might just record a time when there's not an issue with Spirit? And then there's the bailouts. How many times were they trying to get bailed out in several different instances? And now they were trying to get this, I believe it was 500 million.
500 million federal government bailout.
And
government said, nah,
we good.
Fam. Nah, fam.
We good.
So their official statement was, this is not the full statement, this is the annotated version, the straight to the point version that is on their site.
Right.
It is with great disappointment that on May 2nd, Spirit Airlines started an outward wind down of our operations, effective immediately.
Jesus.
To our guests, all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available. We are proud of the impact of our ultra low cost model on the industry over the last 33 years and had hoped to serve our guests for many more years to come.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
That's it. What? Who you serving? Wow. Y'all don't exist. You literally, not only did a lot of people get stranded where they are because of y'all, just boop, no more airlines.
Well, that's it.
But then all the people that had to go work that morning, that day, that night,
didn't know.
Boop.
You ain't got no job. This is okay. So this is also on their website, on their contact information. Please note there are no remaining Spirit Airline call centers or email addresses available.
So who do you call for help? You can't make this up.
You gotta keep listening.
Yo.
So please note there are no remaining Spirit customer call centers or email addresses available. And you will not be able to resolve inquiries about refunds or other topics through the contacts.
So you hope to serve us in the future, but you can't contact us. That's what you just said.
Ain't nobody here to talk to.
Ain't nobody here.
Ain't nobody here for you to talk to.
But we're here to serve you.
All right?
We're here for y'all.
You got that.
But there ain't nobody for you to reach.
Ain't nobody.
Good luck.
Nah.
We'll see you in the future. How? How you gonna say one thing if you need help? But there's nothing. You can't. There's nobody to help you.
Don't call.
Casper not even gonna show up. Like there's nobody. Nobody to help you.
At least he be a friendly ghost.
Like honestly, who do you call? Like as someone who is stuck in another state. Let's say it was from here to Florida on Spirit. Who are you supposed to call for your refund? Who are you supposed to call to get help?
Call your job like yo.
Right.
So I'm on Spirit, my dude. I can't come to work. I don't even know how I'm getting home.
I don't. Yeah,
right
at this point, I think I'm gonna be hitchhiking. Wish me luck.
And they ain't talking about no refund, my friend.
Right, because there's no one to reach out for the refund. Who do I call? Delta?
I can't even go to the desk and be
Can you imagine? So Delta, I got a problem. Spirit left me here. They're looking at you like,
so this is the thing. Problem. So the other airlines are like, they are giving them reduced pricing, but you have to pay.
Of course.
So
they're like, I'm sorry, Spirit mess y'all up.
But you guys,
we'll help you out.
We're gonna help you out,
but you gotta pay.
Now you're not paying no regular schmegular price.
No.
Flights right now are going $200-$300 one way.
Yeah.
Right now.
But you also have to think, like you mentioned too, like gas prices too have gone up. So gas for planes have gone up. So you can't get on. Sorry, Spirit did you wrong, but you can't just get on here for free. Our bad. We feel for you, but you gotta pay to get on this.
So now my other question to you is: we all know Spirit was, as you said, the pigeons of the sea, of the air. I'm sorry, pigeons of the air. Chicken of the sea. All right,
chicken of the air.
All right. So now. How this had also happened to Silver Airlines, you know, they just completely just stopped operations.
Mm-hmm.
But they like did it real quiet. Spirit was just like, bam, we done. I thought they actually said they thought they maybe had like 6 more weeks. It was like, nah, we done.
Right. It was over.
But now, how does this look for the other non-major airlines, such as Frontier, such as Southwest, such as, they can really open up more destination spots. But they also had this low cost, quote unquote, model. Again, are we willing to bend and go to these others? And but again, it's like a Spirit had the game on the low cost. All right, you was getting a $38 ticket.
Yeah,
but you had to pay for everything.
Yeah.
But you was like, yo, for an actual ticket that was costing me $250 on Delta, I'm getting that Spirit for $40 including tax. Sometimes if you went to the airport, I saw people go to the airport, get on Spirit for $16. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy prices.
Yeah. I mean, but scary prices.
Scary.
At the same time,
I ain't trust nobody.
Right. At the same time, you're holding my life in your airline hands, right? Because we flying in the air, not on the ground where I could always plant my 2 feet. We are in the air. So if I am paying these crazy prices to be up in the air, I have to realize what I paid for. Okay, you pay for what you get. Okay. So technically I put myself in that predicament, but
right.
With that, but I agree with you. Like, how does this affect all the other airlines? Also, who becomes the new pigeon?
Right. Because, okay, I used to fly Frontier a lot because I used to fly back and forth from New York to another state. So, like, Frontier was it was low cost, but it's still a really good airline.
Right.
Now, there are models from, we talking like 20 years ago. 20 years ago to now, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So would I choose to fly Frontier now? Negative.
Right.
Would not happen. Now because of prices, would I maybe consider Frontier if it's going where I need it to go? Maybe.
And you may not have another choice.
Correct.
Especially if certain planes that Southwest was just on my mind. Oh my God!
You lost it.
I lost
it.
Having a senior moment.
But it's like, okay, so to say, like,
that the airlines used to go to, of course, like now someone has to pick up those routes, right? Or they have to figure it out, or the states and cities have to now figure out how to get their people from point A to point B, where now they're no longer being able to do that anymore. But at the same time, it's there's a what can these airlines do in terms of like benefiting for the people, as well as they still have to sustain themselves. Also, just like I said, like who becomes the new pigeon of the sky, but also just in general, like with some of these airlines acting the way that they're acting, especially like I've always said I would never fly Southwest because of their discrimination against big people.
Yeah.
And it was just like because I don't want to, my whole thing is not to go on a plane to feel intimidated, to feel subjected to people's looks or comments or told
when I get to the ticket counter that I need to buy a second
seat, right? Because you're judging me. And because I've seen a lot of videos where this isn't because they actually sat in the seat and it was too tight or they didn't fit. No, you looked at me, judged me, and told me this. And no person should feel subjected to that in terms of feeling inadequate to fly a plane, unless really it looks as if you may need it. Now, suggested, yes. Mandated, no. And that's the parts of flying that I don't like. You're either being judged by, and I watched a whole series on Instagram. I think it was like about 15 minutes, 20 minutes long, about how airlines used to be back when they, when they
Pan Am and all of them.
Oh yes. and then where they are today, and how the prices skyrocketed, and putting it in the hands, and how it went from one how it was one way to how it is today, and how it really was in a sense the pitfalls of releasing it to the airlines to subjugate for themselves compared to when they were under the control of the government at the time.
Right.
And being under the control of the government, you would think that that would probably be the worst thing, but they were mandating everybody to a certain level. And then when they started doing it for themselves, just how everybody was raising the stakes for themselves, and it became more about greed than about the people.
Right.
But you know, that's another whole nother avenue to discuss. But I think that that really was something that sank spirit. I really think at the end of the day, it just, a lot of these things sink spirit. I mean, quality is everything too to people. And when you have people who, cheaply, it worked for people who need to get from point A to point B, and that's really what you want. But at the same time,
I'm scared.
I want comfortability too, and I want to be like, if I'm going to be on a trip for hours, I want to be comfortable.
Right.
And even for a short stint, I mean, you get into a car, you want to be comfortable. You get on the bus, you want to be comfortable. If you're walking, you want to be comfortable. So, at the end of the day, I think just they sank themselves. They saw that it was coming. They took too long to bail themselves out and find proper solutions. And the fact that the people are the ones that have to suffer.
But
it's
now
terrible.
It's also like, this brings up a good point. We have had a huge contention with a major airline, which we have decided never to fly again for certain reasons, because flights were just canceled for no reason. And we weren't told till 7 a.m. that day.
Yeah.
The day of flight.
Yeah.
Hours before flight.
Yes.
And it didn't even happen just once or in one just city. It kept happening. And there was no reason for it.
Yeah.
When other airlines were flying out perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Now, kept happening. Fighting with them just to get some type of credit, monies, anything. One time we had to find our own tickets and then had to argue with the airlines to get to another airport to get to, it was all their fault.
It wasn't just another, it was a whole nother city. Put us
2
up in
hours
hotel,
away.
And then have to wait and then ship out as soon as we could. Yeah, it was crazy brutal that time. Yeah.
It was so bad.
And then so not only that, but then also getting separated,
getting one on the plane, and then 4 other people just sitting waiting.
Terrible.
To get
Terrible
on the plane.
Experience.
Or your flight gets delayed, but you don't know until you get to the airport. That happened to us too. It wasn't even just delayed like 30 minutes. The flight was delayed by like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we are very like, and it's the same airline.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Same airline.
Yeah. But now that Spirit's gone, it's like,
do I just take the L?
Well, we never flew Spirit.
True.
So I don't have.
But on this other airline, like, they may be picking up these routes now. Do I like take the L and be like, I'm gonna fly them just to give them another chance, or you're like, nah, I can't do it to myself.
Yeah, nah.
I'm
gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to take the nah.
I'm gonna take the nah,
because I will find any other way to get there if I gotta take the plane.
If I gotta take the bus,
if there's no other plane.
Chinese buses run all the time up
here. Yeah, and we got trains too, bro.
Amtrak
trains. Those things sound comfortable.
Can we get the bullet going?
You know what I'm saying? There's
ways. There's ways.
There is ways.
Definitely, it's like, this is still in development.
Oh yeah.
I feel for everyone who booked on that day and did not know until they woke up that morning and saw that statement, or people who are already at the airport thinking you had a 6 a.m. flight.
Yeah.
And no one was there.
Super crazy.
And
for the people that worked, you went to sleep and woke up, or you did a long tail shift thinking I got another long tail shift just to think, oh, I ain't got no money.
What if you was a flight attendant and you're not even at your home base?
Yeah, that's just a lot of people.
Or
they have flight attendants right there next to the people trying to figure out how to get
home.
Yeah, they got
and now I ain't got no job.
They got the pilot sitting next to the pilots going, so you out of work too, bro? Yeah, it's a lot of things that happened. It was an overhaul shutdown for everybody who worked.
When you say
worked with Spirit, as well as those flying out with Spirit, it was everybody. So
it was. I
can't wait to hear how this mess is gonna get.
So I know everybody now is like we on it, because even us, we everybody takes a vacation every now and then. You got fly out, fly in, but come on, y'all.
Yeah,
this is craziness.
Ridiculous.
This is craziness. But I pray for everyone. I hope that the other companies give you jobs. Mm-hmm. I hope that you can find a job in this market, because it is very hard for everyone. I've seen a lot of people with master's degrees not able to even work at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. So I pray for all of you, even regular people just trying to go on vacation, that you have now canceled your vacation. Now you got to go to work. I pray for you, because you needed that solace as well. But this is a developing story.
Yeah.
And we will hear soon. Because, they could have just done bankruptcy. They could have just filed Chapter 11.
They could have did a lot of things, but why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? They could have did a lot of things before we got to this point. Okay? But, their smartest move they thought they were going to make was just shut every freaking thing
just
down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Just shut it down.
Yeah. It wasn't even like... it's like playing... It's like we're playing chess. and they straight up came out.
We had no more pawns.
Right. No. We all playing chess. We got our pawns. We got our queen. We got our king. We got our bishop. We got the knights. We got the rook. We ready to go. And this blinkety blink comes out with Mrs. White and Miss Scarlet and Mr. Green, and over here playing Clue. And we just watched them like,
who did it in what room?
Wait.
It's a whole different board.
Wait. I know I wanted to take out your queen, but I can't do it if you're playing a whole nother game. So at this point, I am not surprised. Okay. I'm just saddened for everybody involved, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck to everyone.
And especially in this economy today, I'm wishing everybody the best of luck. Again.
Yeah.
I'm about to start hitting that butt soon. But anyway. All right.
So that was, if you have any plots about the Spirit shut down, I know it's huge news right now. We're gonna keep it rolling. Give us your feedback on how you feel. Have you ever taken Spirit? Have you ever been on the yellow airplane?
I'm dead. It feels like the yellow bus.
It is. It's the yellow short bus
of the skies.
But let us know how you feel about this shutdown and what this means for thousands of people that are also out of work and thousands of people that were stranded. Yeah. Leave us a comment, feedback, all that.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna pivot. So I'm gonna give credit where credit's due, and this is to Hanging Out Forever. It's a podcast with this couple. They're very lovely. They talk about different things. I've just recently started watching some of their clips, and one really caught my eye, and I wanted to discuss it. But honestly, I would really love to just say, give them the credit because it's really people like writing out to them and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So this popped up, and when I tell you, I was shooketh, because I was like, oh my. So this woman, she met her husband through his father. And so, just to give you the roundabout gist, because I'm still trying to figure out where this is going in the end. So it's still a up in the air situation. Ooh. But there is some things, and then hopefully I can give you guys an update. And they got married in this relationship. They've been together for 5 years. Everything's good. But from time to time, she would get these looks from her father-in-law, and be like, okay, not thinking anything of it or whatever. And then one day, her husband's phone is out, and she's looking at the phone, and what she sees on it shocks her. Mm-hmm. What she sees on it is her nudes. Her nudes.
Okay.
Nude photos of her
that she took and she sent to her husband.
Right. But it's where these nudes were.
Oh.
The nudes were in a chat.
With who?
The nudes were in the chat with her father-in-law and brother-in-law.
So the whole family done sat me naked. Oh, God.
And gets better. Actually, worse. Not only was it in a chat with the father-in-law and brother-in-law, but this has been pretty much for the whole relationship.
Wait, how long were they together?
5 years.
Oh.
So, basically, when they first started getting together, I guess dad was like, well, you owe me.
Owe me for what?
Because what ended up happening was she went to her mother-in-law and showed her mother-in-law. They all went and confronted the father and the husband and the brother-in-law. And with God's grace, the mother-in-law and her sister-in-law all backed her up. And the mom went off on her husband, the mother-in-law. She went off on her husband, the person who the nudes, and the sister-in-law went off on her husband. They all kicked them out. They're all divorcing. All of them are divorcing them. But what they found out was basically the father felt like, you kind of owe me for hooking you up with her. And so when she had started sending nudes like during Christmas time, like a little,
yeah, I'm gonna spice it up.
What you gonna get for Christmas? He was then sending it to the father, and then the brother-in-law got involved, and it was like Merry Christmas and here's your blah 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 blah, and it became this whole thing. So that's why the father-in-law would be looking at her a type of way, but he's already seen everything of her. So it ended at they're all getting a divorce, but I haven't heard like why. But it came to the point of when you're doing something for your partner, and this is her husband, this wasn't her boyfriend, this wasn't somebody she was just talking to, this wasn't that. This is, and I know a lot of things happen, like when you're with someone, you could send them a little something,
to get their day going,
you know. But now that they are married and stuff, and you're still sending these pictures, period.
It's the spice.
What was the fine line of sharing something that was at a time personal?
First off,
that's very personal.
It's so gross because then it's also like, are you seeing naked pictures of your sister and your mom too?
That wasn't stated, but I will have to go back and check.
Oh, it's so cringy.
Right.
Number one. Number two, I know, guys, you do your thing. You have your group chats. Maybe you send oh, look at my girl, oh, she look good. Maybe, but you don't send nudes.
No.
Maybe she oh, she look good.
I know there are group chats where, we have our own group chat and we send things from time to time, but it's not of our partners.
It's not of our partners.
Never of our partners. Never anything like that.
It's never been.
You're like, oh my gosh, I saw this video. Oh, I saw this picture, or something.
Oh, look at the biker guy.
Right.
Things like that. But it's that is so. And then you're like, you owe me.
Right.
Did you want her?
Right. So that was the next thing that was brought up. It was, were these boys groomed by the father to produce these kinds of things? Because it doesn't feel like something, I feel like an adult boy or adult man whose father would be like, oh, so you owe me, so you got to show me what you're working with.
Has his other relationships
right
in this way?
Right.
And has like the father getting really close to the brother-in-law, because that's a married in.
No, the brother-in-law's his son. It's both his kids.
It's both his kids.
Yes.
So the
sister-in-law is the married in.
Is married in. They probably seen the sister-in-law too.
I don't know. That wasn't brought up either, but definitely a group chat about.
Yeah, that's groomed. So it's the mother, father, and 2 sons.
Yes,
and the son's married out.
Mm-hmm. Sorry if that wasn't clear.
It wasn't to me.
Sorry,
but maybe I'm just tired. But,
yeah. So it was
because I'm so flabbergasted.
In the podcast, Hanging Out Forever, they did say like, this sounds like a grooming from the father, because where would 2 men just agree out of nowhere? Let me show you the pictures of my wife buck naked, giving me like, good looks and
which
stuff.
Means this has been going on for years. He probably has done this with his own friend group, with his guys, and they all share pictures.
Right. That's a possibility.
This is very
disturbing. It's very disturbing.
It's very revenge porn as well.
Yes, because you have my nudes. You see my naked body without seeing my naked body. Without my permission.
I feel disgusted as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel dirty and disgusting, and taken advantage of.
Right, by somebody I thought was family and or family to me and trusted, because I was introduced to your son by you, for you to then turn around and abuse that.
And then that brings up that question of, when I met you, did you just look at me up and down physically and say that would be a good picture?
Right, or say, she ain't gonna go for me, but she'll go for my boy son. And if I have her in my
circle, I can see what I want.
I'm open to her, even though I'm not open
to her.
It's crazy. But what I appreciated the most was the fact that the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law, they band with her. They weren't like, you're tripping balls,
right?
Or men will be men,
right?
Or that's my son and my husband. What are you talking about?
They
what I'm saying? They were just straight up like, oh hell no.
I love that they, because there are a lot of times where we're like, oh no, they're not like that.
Right.
Like, that's my boy.
Oh yeah, especially, and I'm sorry, not to hate, but there tends to be with a lot of boy moms, they're very protective of their sons, especially if it's their only son.
Oh yeah,
very protective of or their oldest son. They're very protective of them. They want the best for them. They want the best wives or spouses or partners for them. Mm-hmm. So you really nurture that if you're a very involved, caring parent. So I get it, but Mama Dukes wasn't about that. She wasn't protecting. She wasn't. She was just like, you subjugating my sons to this. My sons need to own their shit because they're old enough. This is not right. This is not okay.
And bro,
yeah. So I need to find out more in terms of like where it went after that. If they all got divorced, where the proceeds, where has it gone from that? Or have they apologized? Because I haven't even heard that. But just the idea of, where my life is going, being with my partner, and you think, you have your partner, and to think that if, something of mine that was personal for the 2 of us got out there, and now when I see somebody and they're looking at me funny and I'm thinking, what's going on? To find out it's because your behind produced and gave them something I gave you privately.
Right.
That trust is broken. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, bro, if I wanted to throw a porno on and I wanted to give a show, I would have gave the show. But if I'm giving something for just you and you gave it to everybody, I'm looking at you like, what the is happening? What were you thinking? What was going through your head to think that was okay? To say to you, and of all people I'm going to see on a regular basis who are supposed to be family or family friends.
We go into to family holiday dinners. We just up at the house to hang out. We at the park.
Right.
We at the beach together.
Right. Oh my gosh. You can imagine the beach is already like clothes are even way more limited at the beach.
Right, and you're not thinking of anything.
No.
You're like, I'm gonna wear this little skimpy bikini because my body looks great for the summer.
Right.
And your father-in-law is just
oogling you, knowing what else remains under that thin layer. Yeah. Wild. I was like appalled, and I was just like, this is crazy. And that relation, and can you imagine what that does to her now?
And what if she had such a great relationship with it? Like, and this is just all assumption because I have not heard any of this. Like, what if she did not have a great father figure in her life, and she saw this as a great father figure in her life? Like, this is her dad.
Yeah.
The trust that is broken, not just with a father figure, but with a partner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's so many
men
levels have been busted at that point. It's really trusting another person, another
any family.
Yeah. Any family. Yeah.
Any family oriented person. And what if she had and this is all assumptions, didn't have a great family life, and she saw these people as like, this is my family. They've taken me in and they love me for me, and the cycle, trauma.
The partnership would be like, it would be hard. And I feel bad for anyone that has to come after that. Because she's gonna have a lot of trauma, because it's
that's deep-rooted trauma.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot. It's just trusting your partner, not wanting to expose yourself, trusting their family, the people around you. And then it's like, this is what closes a lot of people off to the world, because it's like, when it's not just one line, it's several lines.
Now, again, assumptions, children involved. If they had sons, are you grooming my sons to do the same thing?
Right. So far, they didn't talk about kids, so I believe they were just.
Thank goodness. Kids. Again, I don't know, but it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like so fat. I feel the trauma for her, not just for her, but for the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, because if I recall, and I'll double check, I believe they were married for a really long time, like 30 years.
Oh my god!
So you can only imagine. That is just crazy. So, definitely, I hope to have an update and get back to you guys if you want to listen to it. Definitely check out Hanging Out Forever. They are on Instagram. I believe they're on TikTok, but they have this interesting. The story is called "My Mother-in-Law Found a Folder of My Nudes." So definitely just check that one out. Shout out to them. But what would you do in this situation? How would you feel in this situation? And yeah, let us know. I would love to hear it. All right. Recommendations.
Oh my gosh, I'm still traumatized.
I know. It was a lot. That was a lot to take.
It was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna roll through these punches. But I'll do my rec. I love my rec. I think so. My recommendation, I've been on a our little health journey. We doing our thing. I have been doing a lot of walking challenges. And I love it. And the thing is, when I'm doing my walking challenges, the best thing is I found something that made me want to walk.
Oh, okay.
And move. So I downloaded and found it online. It's called the Conqueror Challenge. So what you do is you can set your own pace, and they actually reward you for walking. You can take as much time as you want, and you get medals in the mail.
Yeah.
I'm on my 6th or 7th one at this point. I have walked a total of, I think, way over 200 miles. And I don't go crazy about it. I just do my regular walking. I take about a 30-minute walk a day. And I just walk and just enjoy, listen to an Audible or something like that. And I get my medals and I feel so accomplished. Also, with the Conqueror Challenges, you can choose different places to walk. So, currently, my walking, I am in Rovinani.
Oh, okay.
I've said that so wrong. I said that's so wrong.
Okay.
But it's a shorter walking challenge. It's only about 30 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I have done a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have done the Salem witch trials. I have done the Berlin Wall. I have done the Incan Wall. So it's very interesting. It's really cool. Now it is a cost for the medals, because
of course
that's what it is. They also have if you're like, I really don't want the medals, and the medals are really great quality. If I don't want the medals, they also have it so that you don't get shipped the medals and you just continue to do the walking challenges. And the nice thing about it too is, as you're walking, you have two options to either save the planet by reducing plastics in the ocean or planting trees.
Nice.
And you can go in between the two with every different challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, there are landmarks within the challenges with postcards and things that tell you more about why you're walking and the history behind this walking challenge. So it's really cool. So it's called the Conqueror Challenge. I really, really enjoy it. And check it out and see. It's on theconqueror.com.
Nice. All right, thank you. It's so funny because my recommendation is more of a lifestyle, so it actually just correlates with yours.
Ooh.
So mine was literally just taking an hour out of your day and taking it to take a walk, or take a moment of peace for yourself. We are heading more into warmer times, and so I know I work my 7 hours to 8 hours to 9 hours a day, depending on the day, and I get so wrapped up in work that the day passes me by, that by the time I'm up when the sun is rising and I'm getting home when it's getting closer to dusk, and I never get to see the day. My office has no windows, so I don't get to see the world as it's moving. I just keep moving within my space. So what I do like to do as it gets nicer, or as it's getting, if I have an opportunity, go and take a walk. And I have a friend who will drag me out from time to time. And it now that it's been happening more frequently, it gives me peace and solace. I could read a book, I could listen to music, I could just take in the atmosphere, I could take in the air, I take in the world around me. But it just gives me a moment to just desensitize, decompress a little bit. I do like to definitely decompress after work, but I get that moment and then come back into it. It definitely releases a lot of the stress that I'm feeling. So I know for a lot of us, especially here in New York, we are fast paced, moving all the time, never stop, never ending. So definitely take a moment, like if you can't take a full hour, if you could take a half hour, if you could take 20 minutes, 15 minutes, take some time for yourself to touch grass. I don't know how kids are not touching grass nowadays, but take a moment to touch the grass. And if there ain't no grass, touch the sidewalk. Take breathe in the air. Don't go get some sun, run from the pigeons. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a moment. And that's really just my recommendation. Just a little lifestyle alteration as we're heading into warmer weather and clearer skies. Just, it's good to take a you moment. All right, guys. So that was our episode. Yeah,
real current events.
Yeah, we won't do that too often. Because it could get a little
muddy, especially when it's not real current.
But touching on that was
that needed to be done. I'm sorry. And I'm usually not that person, but had to do it.
So again, thanks for listening wherever you're listening to us. It is appreciated. We appreciate you, and we are thankful for you. Again, any suggestions on our next topics, please
definitely send us a message. We're on all socials. We also do have an email.
Yep.
So drop us a line. We are always on there.
Always love to hear it from everyone. So thank you guys for listening. This has been My Kind of Convo.